Welcome back to another deep dive. Today, we're looking into a story it's really something, it's almost like it's straight out of a Nollywood movie. Family feuds, dramatic reconciliations, a whole filmmaking dynasty. We're talking about the Afolayans.
It's really captivating. This family, their personal drama, it's all kind of intertwined with their professional lives as well. Ade Love, their father, he was a pioneer in Nigerian cinema. His sons, Kunle and Aremu, they're not just artists. They're carrying a torch.
Yeah, and that torch, it's flickered a bit over the years. Because for a long time, Kunle, he's the award-winning director, and Aremu, a talented actor.
Yeah.
They were locked in this very public and very messy feud.
It wasn't just sibling rivalry. They disagreed about a lot of things. Respect for their father's legacy, financial matters, public perception. Back in 2018, Aremu made a comment. He said their father struggled financially. Kunle saw that as major disrespect.
Oh, I bet. And Kunle's reaction, it was strong. Called Aremu stupid for that.
Hmm.
I can only imagine what family gatherings were like.
Yeah, you can tell a lot about Kunle from that response. He's fiercely protective of his father's image. And maybe being the eldest son, maybe he feels this strong sense of responsibility.
But Aremu, he didn't back down. He's outspoken, maybe a little impulsive, and he kept criticizing Kunle and the family publicly, just adding fuel to the fire, like that Instagram rant in 2023 complaining about not getting a car. Of course the internet loved that, but the video's gone now.
Yeah, that whole incident, it raises this question of public versus private life. Especially for a family like the Afolayans, every little argument becomes a national headline. But then things get really interesting. Their mother, Ade Afolayan, she passed away at 81, November 2024. And her wake keep ceremony, it became this unlikely setting for the brothers to reconcile.
Wow, what a twist. So what happened at the wake? Was it just sudden emotion or was it more deliberate?
Well, picture this. The Wakes in Oyo state their heritage, and Kunle, really emotional, declares, I'm not his brother but his father. Love conquers all. He even said he's 10 years older than Aremu.
I'm not his brother but his father. That's a loaded statement. Is he claiming authority, trying to fix things? What do you think was going through his head?
It's complex. So many interpretations. It could mean Kunle's the head of the family, protecting their legacy, but it also maybe hints at this deep need to guide, maybe even control his younger brother.
And what about Aremu? How did he respond to this public display of tough love?
Well, surprisingly, Aremu apologizes. Cheerfully. Admits to being the black sheep. Thanks Kunle for building a house for their mother and all their names. You really see his vulnerability in that moment, and this genuine desire to fix things.
Public apologies, especially in Nigerian culture, they carry a lot of weight. It's not just saying sorry, it's acknowledging you went against the family, the community.
Exactly. And to really solidify the reconciliation, later they're seen singing and dancing together at the after party. It's such a powerful image, unity and forgiveness.
Wow, from feuding to singing at their mother's wake, it's just like one of their movies. But this is real life. Makes you wonder, can this last? New chapter for the Afolayans? Or just a truce because of grief?
That's the big question. Reconciliation is a process, not a single event. The wake, it was a catalyst, but the real work is still ahead.
Okay, so we've set the scene for this family saga. Now let's see how this newfound harmony could affect their careers. And the world of Nollywood. I mean, Cooley built that house for his mother. His career is clearly going well. But how does it compare to Aremu's? We'll explore all of that after a quick break.
Thinking about that house Kunle built, it shows his success, yeah, but it also shows his values. He's globally recognized, but he still puts family first.
That's a really good point. It adds a whole other dimension to understanding Kunle. So let's look closer at his career. He's credited with bringing Nigerian cinema to an international level. What makes his work so special?
Well, his films. They're known for high production value, attention to detail, and his narratives, they make you think. Often dealing with complex social themes, he's not afraid to experiment with genre either. Blending thriller, drama, even supernatural stuff.
Yeah, his first film, Irapada, in 2006, supernatural thriller, really put him on the map. Then Figurine, Phone Swap, the historical thriller, October 1st, huge hit. And we can't forget his latest, Citation. It dealt with sexual harassment on university campuses. That film really got people talking, even won awards internationally. He's built up quite the filmography.
And he's not just a director. Kunle's a producer, too. Founded his own company, Golden Effects Pictures. He's got that entrepreneurial spirit and a real vision for Nigerian cinema. Not just creating art, but building an industry.
Right, and what about Aremu? He's had a successful acting career too, right?
Oh, absolutely. He's known for being versatile, able to play all kinds of characters, comedy, drama, you name it. He's a very recognizable face in Dollywood.
And this is where it gets really interesting. Some people think their conflicts might have affected their collaborations. Now that they've reconciled, could this lead to some new opportunities? Could we see them working together on a project?
Imagine that. A film directed by Kunle starring Aremu, that would be a huge deal for Nollywood.
It would be incredible. A real symbol of their bond, showcasing their talent and commitment to family.
Exactly. And a collaboration like that, it could attract a much wider audience. In Nigeria and internationally, people would be drawn to the story behind the scenes, the reconciliation, the redemption.
So do you think their past conflict? Would it make their work more interesting? Would audiences be drawn to a film knowing the brothers' history?
Absolutely. It would add so much depth and complexity. The audience wouldn't just be watching the characters, they'd be watching the real-life dynamics between the brothers, too. It's a reminder that even with conflict, there's the potential for healing and growth in relationships and in creative work.
Right, and we can't forget, the Afolayan brothers come from a filmmaking dynasty. Their father, Ade Love, he was a pioneer. His influence is all over their careers, wouldn't you say?
Oh, without a doubt, Ade Love, he was a visionary. His films were so popular, they helped shape Nigerian cinema. His legacy inspires his sons and a whole new generation of Nigerian filmmakers.
It's amazing to think how much Nollywood has changed. From low budget, straight to video, to high-quality productions getting international recognition.
And what's really interesting is how the Afolayans, in their own ways, have been part of that transformation. They pushed for better stories, better production, and tackled more diverse themes.
Kunle especially, he's been vocal about raising the bar. He's all about professionalism, investing in training and infrastructure. He even started the KAP Film and Television Academy. That's huge for nurturing the next generation of filmmakers. It's a legacy beyond just making films.
Definitely. He's creating a sustainable industry, one that can compete globally. And who knows, now that they've reconciled, maybe we'll see a film about their family history. The ups and downs, the legacy of their father, Ade Love. Now that would be a story worth telling.
That would be amazing. A film like that could show us the heart of Nollywood. The passion, the dedication, the family dynamics behind the scenes.
And speaking of which, their reconciliation makes me think about you, the listener. Have you ever seen something similar? A family feud that led to forgiveness and understanding? It's worth thinking about, isn't it? How conflict can sometimes lead to growth.
It is, and both Kunle and Aremu have been so important for Nollywood. But how do their contributions compare? We'll explore that right after this. It's amazing to think Kunle and Aremu, so different, but they've both shaped Nollywood. From those early days to the big productions now.
Yeah, and their approaches, they're really distinct. You can see their personalities, how they each see their father's legacy. Kunle, with his careful direction and focus on social issues, he seems to be pushing Nollywood towards a more global artistic stage.
Yeah, he's a real trailblazer. Starting that KAP Film and Television Academy, that's huge. Not just making films, but building up the next generation of filmmakers.
It's strategic, too. Investing in training, infrastructure, he's making sure the industry keeps growing. It's like he's building a whole ecosystem, not just a career.
Right, whereas Aremu, he's so versatile. He really embodies that Nollywood storytelling.
Yeah.
Connecting with audiences, making them feel something.
He's that familiar face, the everyman. He can play any role and make you believe it. And this reconciliation, it could be a turning point for him. Think about the depth he could bring to a Kunle Afolayan film. Their shared history would add so many layers.
The possibilities are endless. Maybe a story about two brothers, rivals turned collaborators, working in the film industry, art imitating life.
That would be power.
Resonating with audiences on so many levels. Family, ambition, the evolution of Nollywood itself.
It could even be a metaphor for Nigeria, a country growing and reconciling.
It makes you wonder, could this reconciliation, as personal as it is, also mean a new era for Nollywood, merging different styles, creating something totally unique?
And for you, our listener, this story, it's an invitation. Explore Kunle and Aremu's films. Experience the magic of Nollywood. See how these brothers, individually and together, are changing cinema.
Their story shows us the power of family, the complexity of legacy, and how forgiveness can change everything. Who knows what the future holds for the Afolayans, but it's going to be an amazing journey.
And if you're as fascinated by celebrity stories as we are, be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the lives and legacies of the people who shape our world. Until next time.